here you come in. Welcome to my studio.
Jane, it's the entire internet. They made quite a bit of noise coming in the front door.
Oh, Ryan. Well, welcome to my studio. I wanted to start a new video segment where I give you peeks of what I'm working on, and just sort of talk to you from the Janery sewing studio. It's really exciting to have a finished sewing room because it's really helping me to focus on my business and come in and feel like it's truly work time when I'm down here sewing my products and cutting fabric. And today I'm cutting fabric for my Charlie cushions, which are my new waterproof designer dog beds that are coming out next month in May to the shop. So I'm just cutting out the fabric right now for some extra large beds. And the way I've made this process go easier is I take pieces of tape and mark the cutting spots on my cutting mat before I cut all of the rounds of fabrics, because I'm trying to batch the process in order to make it go quicker and more efficiently. And so right here I've taped up my cutting list, which is right now just a little sketch that I made with pencil and paper once I figured out the best way to cut the pieces out of the fabric. So I look at that and then I figure out what cuts I need to do off of this large piece. I mark it on the cutting board, and then I'm able to easily cut the pieces out without having to check the piece of paper over and over again. Things that I love about the setup in this studio is that my open shelving behind me is pretty versatile. So when I'm cutting pieces like this, I'm able to keep everything organized for the batching of the process. For example, right here I'm placing the pieces for the extra large beds. Nope, that was a lie. Right here I'm placing the pieces for the extra large beds as I cut them. The scraps just go there, I'll deal with them later. One problem that people who are sewing products for a living run into is this never-ending pile of scraps, and that's just a small piece of it. I have tons of ideas of things to do with the scraps, but the problem is I rarely have time to actually use them. But I keep saving them just in case. And then with the little scraps that I'm not using right away, or the ones that I want to throw out rather, I just toss them on the floor. I make quite a mess when I'm down here, but it's easier to do that and clean it up later than to meticulously put each piece in the trash every second. So that's what I'm working on right now, and we're going to come back in a little while and make another segment to add to this when I'm actually starting to sew everything together. So we'll be putting together the small beds, the medium beds, the large beds, and the extra large beds today. And I'm curious to see how long it takes when I'm doing this all as a big batch process. I wanted to show you how my fabric bolt rack works. When I'm cutting long pieces off the bolt, which I will then cut into smaller pieces, this rolling rack is really useful because it means that I don't have to fold the fabric to make smaller pieces and things like that. I just pull it right off the bolt to get the amount that I need. I still need to paint the rack, but right now that's not going to get me any closer to my goal of launching the dog bed line. So now I'm working on piecing my dog beds together. What I have here are the strips that the zipper is getting attached to that will go on the side of the cushion. And first I sat down at my serger and I serged all of the edges that the zipper will attach to so that they won't fray in the wash. I did that for all 4 sizes, so I did probably about 10, 20, 50 pieces. And now I'm over at my regular machine, which is my Baby Lock Jane that I got last fall, and it's a really fast and really easy to use straight stitch machine, which means it only does a straight stitch back and forth. but that's perfect for putting in the zippers easily. And you'll notice as I do this, I don't actually bother to pin my zippers in because I found it's easier and faster to just place them with my fingers and then hold them in place as I go, rather than pin them and have to worry about removing the pins while I'm sewing. And also, you don't want to have to worry about running over your pins because that can break the needle, which is a total pain. So instead, I just place the zipper with my fingers. It takes a few seconds of work to get it just right, but it's a lot faster than pinning and removing pins. And I'm using a special invisible zipper foot on this, which allows me to go really close to the zipper teeth to get a good, accurate zipper fit. You just have to stop occasionally along the way and readjust to make sure it's all lined up. And then, just like that, I have my zipper panel. Now when this dog bed is finished, there's actually going to be a flap of fabric hiding the zipper, kind of like that, so it doesn't matter if the zipper is exactly straight inside there, but I still like to get it as perfect as possible. One of the nice things with handmade is that you can get a slightly higher quality product with better attention to detail than the products that are mass produced in sweatshops in China and other places.